Yo, what is up everybody? It's Noah here, and in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how easy it is to make 1K a day with e-com starting from complete zero. Now this screenshot that is currently listed on the screen is the store that I literally just started 6 days prior to this screenshot. So in 6 days I was able to scale this brand from 0 to 1K in a single day. And as you guys know, 1K a day is 30K a month with e-com. It's not as hard as you guys think, so I'm gonna pretty much walk you guys through everything that I did and pretty much show you day by day what actions I took in order to scale up to 1K a day. So pay attention because this is gonna be a saucy one. I'm sure that you guys will be able to learn something that you'll be able to implement in your own e-commerce business so that you can go ahead and make 1K a day. So as you guys can see, just for proof that I started this store on October 22nd, and this screenshot was taken on October 27th, so 6 days in. So as you guys can see on October 21st, there were 0 sales on the store, completely brand new. Whereas on October 22nd, which was the first day that I actually launched the store, I did $200 in a day. So just for proof, context that this is a brand new store, it's completely from scratch. Here's the proof. So the point that I want to make with this video is that anyone can start e-commerce and make money. This is not a hard thing to do. You just need the right knowledge. So essentially, I'm going to walk you guys through what you need. The one watching this, what do you need in order to be able to replicate the same results that I have? First of all, you're going to need a laptop. If you don't have that, get one. If you don't have a laptop, use a desktop, right? A computer is what you need, and you also need a cell phone. This actually, you really don't even need a cell phone to make 1K a day with e-com. But I'm sure everyone here has a cell phone. It does help to have a cell phone. So if you have these two things, then you are fit for making money with e-com. But there are a couple more things that you guys need. This is something that you cannot buy. You need to have a willingness to learn in order to make it with e-com. You need to realize that e-commerce is actually a skill. I've started and scaled store after store only for the one reason that I have the skill of e-commerce. I know how to do e-commerce. So if you don't know how to do e-commerce, or you're not getting the results on that you want with e-commerce, you just don't know the right things. So you need the willingness to learn. The next thing that you're going to need is a willingness to work. As you guys know, knowledge without action is nothing. You guys need to take action on all of the knowledge that you get, and you need to move on it fast because business loves speed. If you want to make money, you guys need to move fast, and you guys need to implement everything that you learned, right? Obviously, I can read a billion books on money and business and e-com and whatever, but if I do not do anything with that knowledge, then it is worthless. So you need the willingness to learn, and you need the willingness to work. And the third thing that you guys need is a white belt mentality. You need to realize that you don't know enough. You want to have a white belt mentality so that you can learn from people that actually are doing what you want to do, like you're doing with this video. Stop taking guesses when it comes to your business, because you're just going to waste time and money doing that. You don't know what you don't know. So if you're not where you want to be in terms of numbers with e-com, you just don't know the right things. So you need to humble yourself and learn from someone who does know the right things. So if you can do these 5 things, then you can make money with e-com. It wouldn't be that hard for you to get to 30K a month with e-com. So now here's just a little bit more proof that you watching this video can make 1K a day with e-com. This is a screenshot of my girlfriend. I showed her how to do e-commerce, and on her very first store, she's able to scale up. If you guys have been watching the channel for a while, you guys know about this video right here where I actually talk about helping my girl start her own e-commerce store and actually show in the video like kind of what I helped her with. My girlfriend has hit 1K a day, and what's so special about this is that she knew nothing about business. She works a full-time job, and she pretty much only works 30 minutes a day on her e-com store, but she's making a ton of residual income from her store, which is really, really cool. So this makes me happy. And just to let you guys know, I'm showing you guys this just so that you can believe in yourself, because one thing that I realized that holds a lot of people back when it comes to getting success is that they simply just don't think that they can do it. Well, I'm showing you guys examples of people who are in your exact position, people that work jobs, people that don't know anything about business. I'm trying to explain to you guys that there's no excuse for you not to be where you want to be at, right? Like I have my boy Soph right here. He's only 18 years old, making almost 2K in a day. My boy Aiden right here is whipping with a $1,300 day. Jill, $2,600, and my boy Timothy's made 1K every day for the month of August and was able to make 30K in a month. And like I said, guys, if all of these guys who are in the AI commerce program can make 1K a day, as well as my girlfriend, then why can't you? Because I know every single one of these people behind these screenshots. They're all just normal people who just decided to learn a skill and then take action on the skill. And now they're able to put money into their bank account. They're able to help their family and do whatever they want, right? If you guys follow me on social media, a lot of you already know this, but I'm actually closing this mentorship. I'm closing it for good. It's no more students are being entered. Now that doesn't mean all the students in there are going to be ghosted. They're not. I'm actually investing a lot more time and money into everyone in the AI Commerce Mentorship, but I'm closing access to new students on November 1st at 11:59. Now this is not false scarcity or anything. Like I promise you, this is not getting reopened. And a lot of people have asked me, why am I closing it? And I'm gonna be very honest with you guys. I want to focus on my e-commerce stores And the growth that I've had in my AI commerce mentorship is really, really big. And honestly, I feel like I can't handle any more students. I want to help every single person who's in there and make sure that everyone in there succeeds. So all of my focus is going into my ecom brands and into my students rather than getting new students and onboarding and helping every single new person. Because as you guys know, this AI commerce mentorship is a one-on-one program. So I talk to every single one of my students. I hop on calls, I text them, they text me. All of those things is very, very hands-on, and I can't handle any more students, guys. That's the honest truth. So this is being closed on November 1st at 11:59. And at the filming of this video, it is currently 4 p.m. on October 30th. So realistically, guys, if you guys are watching this video on Thursday, October 30th, you guys have less than 48 hours to join. And I'm throwing this out here for anyone who has watched me for a while and wants to get one-on-one mentored by me. This is genuinely your last chance because I will not be opening this up again. So if you guys want to join AI Commerce before it closes, there's a link to my direct calendar down in the description. You guys can go on that calendar link, book a time with me, and we can hop on call and we can start our mentorship, okay? If you want to text me first, then DM me on Instagram at CartierNoah. Those are your two options if you want to contact me and join this AI commerce program. I recommend you guys do this fast if you want to join, because once 11:59 hits, it's over, okay? Cool. Now that's out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about the store and how I was able to scale up to 1K a day. So first thing, I had to find a product, right? How did I find the product? I'm not gonna lie, it was the free way. I was on TikTok. I have this super, super cool method of product research on TikTok Shop. I'm not gonna leak it. It's like crazy amounts of sauce. I don't want this method to get saturated, so I'm not gonna talk about it. But I was on TikTok late at night doing product research. I was literally just going to sleep and I was like, you know what? I'll do 20 minutes of product research. 20 minutes, I was able to identify a winning product immediately, and that's what I picked. And you may ask me, well, how are you getting a winning product off of a free method? Well, that's because a way of finding a product isn't as important as knowing what a good product is, right? There is a simple definition of what a winning product is that I just live by, and you guys need to stamp this definition in your head, because once you know this and memorize it, then you will be able to identify winning products really, really easily. So essentially, a winning product is a solution that solves a strong desire in a unique way that not a lot of people have seen before. I'm gonna say that one more time. A winning product is a solution that solves a strong desire in a unique way that not a lot of people have seen before. Say that a million times, write that down somewhere, memorize that, and then do product research. Okay? So essentially, the first part, we have strong desire. So how do you know if a desire is strong? You got to measure the desire, right? So how do you measure the desire? There's 3 ways. You look at the scope, urgency, and staying power. So scope, how many people have this desire, right? So think of like lose weight or collect fine antiques. Which one do you think is bigger? How many people would want to lose weight versus how many people want to collect fine antiques? So say we find a product in the weight loss industry, that would be a 10 scope. That means a lot of people want to solve that problem. And then urgency, how intensely does it need to be solved? Guys, if you were lit on fire right now, you would pay $1 million to fix that problem immediately. You would do anything to get the fire off of you, right? Because it's an urgent problem. But if I try to sell your product saying, hey, you're 20 years old, take this pill now because when you're 50, you're gonna be sick. You'd be like, bro, this is not an urgent problem. I'm not worried about what's gonna happen at 50 or 20 years old. This is why selling the cure is always more profitable than selling the prevention. Always remember that. So let's just use our weight loss product as an example again. Urgent problem. It depends, right? If you guys market in the right way, it can be urgent. If your marketing message says, hey, lose weight by your wedding, that's more urgent than saying, hey, use our weight loss product so that you're not fat in 30 years, right? So essentially it just depends on how urgent it is. Let's just say 8 for this one. And by the way, guys, the scoring system will make sense in just a second. But the third thing that you need to measure desire is staying power. So like, how often does it need to be solved, right? So the example I like to use for this one is like, think of food, right? So say you're very, very hungry. It's very urgent for you to get food, and you go ahead and solve the problem. You're now satisfied. You've paid your money, you bought your food, and you're good. But here's the problem. In a few hours to a day, you're going to need to solve this problem again because you're going to get hungry again. Food is the most perfect example of staying power. How often does it need to be solved, right? An example of what doesn't have staying power is like a luxury vacation, right? If you really want a luxury vacation because you're super stressed, you go take it, that's cool, and you come back home, now you're refreshed. You don't need to take another luxury vacation anytime soon, right? You can wait months, you can wait a year. It's not an urgent problem that you need to solve again, right? So that is an example of bad staying power. So good staying power is is another way to measure your desire. So let's just say weight loss. I would say it's a 10 staying power. And the reason for that is because if you're fat and you're unhappy with your body, you still have to go outside every day and you feel insecure every single day. So it's a problem that needs to be solved every day. Every time you go outside, you need to look confident and feel confident. So weight loss, this is why weight loss is one of the best industries to be in, because it hits all three of these desires, right? So pretty much whenever you guys are finding products and you're measuring the desire, the basic rule I like to go by is just, it's worth looking deeper if the product scores over 20. So as you guys can see, if we find a weight loss product, we can continue looking further into it, simply because the score is over 20. I really should raise it to 25, but 20 is good. Some products are really, really good, even though they don't have staying power or they may not have scope. But essentially you want to have all three of those. So step 2, measuring the unique mechanism. Step 2 is the second part of the definition, in a unique way. So a unique mechanism is pretty much, is this a new way of solving that problem? Because new ways bring new hope, right? So essentially, this is where a lot of people mess up. They'll go pick a weight loss product or a good product in a good market, but the product doesn't have a unique mechanism. So the way to find a unique mechanism is to ask yourself a couple of questions. And based on other solutions in the market, what makes this product better at solving the market's problems? That's something you got to ask yourself. Look at the product, say, hey, is this better than this other product in the same market? If not, then continue, right? If there's other better products, don't sell the inferior product, right? This takes a little bit of research, but it's very easy. Just go to Google Trends, type in weight loss, go study the market, go on TikTok, go on Kyle Data, look at what everyone is selling, and determine, is yours a better way? Is it unique? And the second thing you can ask yourself is, if I show this to someone who's using another solution, does it give them new hope on their journey to solve their problem? I mean, just ask yourself, does it give them new hope? That's unique mechanism. Now, market sophistication. Now, this is pretty much the last part of the definition. It's not a lot of people have seen before. Now, another word for market sophistication that a lot of people use is saturated, right? We all know we don't want to sell saturated products in e-com, which that's a whole different conversation. You can, but essentially, the lower the saturation, the better, right? So you got to think to yourself, how long has this product been running? Has a lot of people seen the product already, right? If it's been around for years, 3 years, 2 years, it's too much, right? People have already seen the product. They've already seen the mechanism. It may be old to them, but that doesn't mean that the product doesn't work, because at the end of the day, it probably still fills a desire and in a unique way. To make it more unique is you can just innovate on your avatar. You can take it to another market and ask yourself, hey, are there any other markets or demographics I can shift to that may have never seen this product used in this way, right? And that is market sophistication. A lot of this can be done in your head whenever you're product researching. You don't really necessarily have to write all this down whenever you find a product, but keep it in your head. Like, ask yourself when you look at a product, ask yourself about the scope, urgency, staying power. Also ask about the unique mechanism, and then ask about this market sophistication. It takes literally 2 seconds to pretty much process in your head when you see a new product, if it fits all of this criteria. Now, whenever you find a product that fits all of these, the last and most important thing that you need to ask is margin. Is there a 4x markup on the cost of goods sold, right? This is very, very important, because whenever you are advertising on Meta, you need to have enough money to make profit, right? You can't sell something for $10 and fulfill it for $5. You will never make money like that. You need to have a good enough spread. So pretty much 4x markup means if your product costs $8, you need to multiply that by 4, and that is the price you should be able to sell it for. And you need to ask yourself, is your product able to be sold for that? Is the perceived value of it that high? The margin is very, very important. Now, whenever you guys are trying to sell something, you need to make sure that your cost of goods are as low as possible so you can get the most amount of profit on your store. Now, how on earth can you know how much a product costs to fulfill? Pretty simple. I use this thing called Commercive, and they are a private fulfillment agency. So pretty much what that means is they'll have contact with you on your phone to fulfill your orders on your Shopify whenever you get them. And one thing that they're offering right now are free quotes on products, and they have probably the best pricing in the e-com market that I've ever seen. They do come out with super low prices. So what you can do whenever you guys find a product, hit up Commercive. I'll have it in the link down in the description. It'll be the second link down in the description. You can click on that and you can get a free quote on whatever product that you find to see if it does have a good cost of goods sold. If it does, and you can mark it up 4 times, then you will be able to sell it. So that's really all that you guys need to know about product. The last thing I really do is just proof of concept. I just ask myself, is it validated? Because the reason for this is because we're not here to reinvent the wheel, guys. You don't want to try to shift a market. You want to just do what already works, right? So pretty much whatever I sell, every single product I've ever sold, I make sure that there's at least one other person out there who's doing it successfully, because now I know that there's actually proof of concept, which means people actually want this product in the market. I don't want to be the test dummy to see if someone wants it. I want to make sure that this is a desired product. So the way I validate is I either look at the visitors using an app called SimilarWeb, or in my sense, I looked at the TikTok shop sales and I make sure it's either between 3K and 15K sold. 15K sold means it's just getting more saturated, but 3K to 15K is like a little sweet spot of like, it's not super known, but it is validated enough in the market. So make sure whatever product you have, you validate it. So whenever I found this product, it fit every single one of these things. It was validated, had a good margin, and it had desires and everything we just talked about. So now it's time to go ahead and launch it up. So as you guys know, whenever you find a product, you need to go ahead and build a website and launch up the ads. Now I'm not gonna go too deep on this in this video because I do have a bunch of videos on my channel where I do talk about building websites, building offers, and launching and creating ads. You guys can check that out after you guys watch this video. But I will say, I didn't do anything special when I launched this brand up. I built the website in a super generic way. I didn't even put a crazy offer on it at all. It was actually bare bones. It was probably one of the worst websites I've ever made, but I did it really quickly because I just wanted to get this brand off the ground. And then when it came to the ads, no lie, I ripped every single one of them. One for one. I didn't even edit it. I didn't even throw captions. I didn't do anything. I took them off of TikTok and put them on Meta. That's all that I did when it came for ads. And these are the results of day one. Day one of the store, I spent $157 and brought back $234. Now, I know you guys are probably looking at like, why is there no results? Why are there no purchase conversions? Why the CPC is so bad? Just to be honest, I put the wrong pixel on, so it didn't track any of my sales. But I did spend $150 and brought back $230. So it was a decent day. It wasn't crazy profitable. This is actually under a 2 ROAS, so it wasn't the best. We had a pretty low conversion rate. But what I did get from this is that, hey, people actually want to buy this. There's buying intent. You should never ever look to be scaled up on your first ever day. Because at the end of the day, all you're looking for is proof of concept and fact that it can get sales. And as you continue to get more sales, your pixel and your ad account will begin to optimize, which will make it do better. So that's exactly what happened on day two. I spent pretty much the same exact amount, so about $169, so what, less than $10 more. And as you guys can see, we brought back $384. Obviously didn't track every single sale. There's about one sale that is missing, but I brought back $384 without changing the budget at all. As you guys can see, this was enough proof of concept for me. I said, okay, boom, I'm profitable on the second day. I actually made money on the second day. So let's go ahead and keep pushing it. So I'm not gonna lie, day three, I didn't really do much to the store. It's pretty much spent the same amount, about $186, so about $20 a little bit more. And it actually got a little bit less revenue. So I was like, you know what, guys? I need to fix the offer because I knew that I didn't actually make a good offer when I originally made the website. So offer is one of the most important things in your store. So I was like, you know what? This is the day I'm going to optimize my offer. So I was like, let's go ahead and switch the offer and fix it. And if you guys want to know about my offer, I just implemented a few things. So like guarantees, urgency, scarcity, value stacking, price anchoring, which is pretty much like comparing your product and making it seem cheaper than other solutions. And then I put a lot of social proof on the website because there was none. There was no social proof. People didn't actually believe that my product does what I said it does. I implemented all of these things. And now guys, look what happened literally on day 4. On day 4, I surfed a little bit on this day because I seen how well it was doing. So day 4, 260 spent, and we brought back almost $600. Still nothing too crazy, but one thing I did notice was the conversion rate was really high. As you guys can see, my ad performance is not doing that good. It's a $2 CPC, low CTR. So I knew my ads were not that good, but my offer carried this entire thing, which is why I was profitable. I jumped from a 4% conversion rate to a 7% conversion rate. Now I knew I had something on my hands. So the very next day, I went ahead and upped the budgets again, mainly because it was doing so good in the morning. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna surf it up. So I spent $400 and it brought back $863. So I ran a 2 ROAS. This was my first super profitable day. I completely attribute this to the offer. And so as you guys know, whenever you guys continue to run your store, your pixel will optimize and actually be smarter at picking your customers out. Pretty much all the data that Pixel was generating up to this point led me to have a super profitable day on this day. And you guys know me. You guys know how I am with these e-com brands. I'm sure you guys have seen my other videos where I scale brands up super fast. I'm aggressive with the budgets. So what did I do? Very next day, $400 spent. I went over to $500 spent, and I don't know why Meta didn't track all my sales. It only says I have $600 in conversions, but that is not the actual truth. On October 27th, I did have $1,100 in sales with $500 spent at an 8% conversion rate. So as you guys can see, that is how I hit a 1K day in 6 days. So less than a week is what it took me. And I'm gonna be real, the creatives on this is completely trash. What is good with this product is my offer and the actual product itself. So This is why I'm able to be successful so quickly. And the lessons that you can take from this launch is to make sure to pick a good product. That's why I spent most of this video talking about product, so that you guys know what an actual good product looks like. And another strategy that I did on this that I believe helped me scale up really, really fast is there wasn't a single day within those 6 days where ads were not launched. Every single day an ad got launched. Actually, 5 ads got launched. So this actually helps the pixel optimize a lot more. Whenever you feed Facebook a lot more ads, it gets a lot more data on your customer. Now, whenever that happens, your pixel optimizes better and you're able to spend a lot more super profitably. So as you guys know, I put a good offer in there. And I believe that the offer that I have on there, if I had that on the very first day, bro, I would have hit 1K a day in like 2 or 3 days. Like no lie, the offer changed completely everything. I pretty much wasted 3 days without a good offer. Yeah, guys, learn offer because that is what's going to really, really change your business. So pretty much what's next for this brand? I'm gonna be real, guys. I really, really like this brand. This is probably one of my favorite brands that I've ever launched. So essentially, I'm focused on intentional ads. I need to fix my ads. I know that my ads are not good at all. There's horrible metrics. I have good conversion and I have a good product and a good AOV and a good margin, but I don't have good ads. So that is the first thing that I'm working on. I've been spending day in, day out, making intentional batches, getting custom content, and this is a consumable product, so I'm getting MRR, which stands for monthly recurring revenue. So my plan with this brand is to get 50, 60, 70K a month in just MRR, which means I can turn the whole store off and the product will continue to make me money. I'm also just building e-com systems. I'm doing like backend optimization, which pretty much looks like email agencies, SMS, subscriptions, things of that nature, which I'm already worked on. I already onboarded an email guy because this brand is scaling. I'm not gonna lie. So pretty much if you guys want to know, I'm tunnel vision until I'm at 1 million a month with this brand. I'm not gonna lie, I'm going all into e-com because like I said, guys, I'm closing the AI commerce mentorship from new students. So I'll have a lot more time for myself to be able to scale brands. So that's pretty much what's next with this brand. I'm going all in to see if I can get to $1 million in a single month. So final note of the video, this is gonna be a real one, guys. So let me go ahead and make myself a little bit bigger. All right, guys. I hate to say it, guys, but the day has come. I'm closing my AI commerce mentorship, and it's been a crazy one. It's been a wild ride. I'm very, very blessed and grateful to have been able to help so many people and deliver value to you guys for free on this YouTube channel. And if you guys have been a fan of the channel for a while, you guys know that I don't withhold value. I will tell you guys everything you need to know about e-commerce. On my channel, you can get the right knowledge to start an e-commerce store just by watching this free YouTube. I provide so much value here. So, but I will say, guys, I'm still not happy with where I am in my e-commerce journey. I've made 200, 300K a month with e-com, but I want to be up there with the big guys who are making $1 million a month with e-com. That is my next goal. And I'm the type of guy where I'm just going to just lock in and focus. Focus is so important. One thing I haven't had for months now is focus because I'm very blessed, but I've been having to meet people and talk to them and get to know them and teach them e-com and get one-on-ones with them and all that stuff, which is great. I'm so happy. I'm so happy that I've been able to do things like that. But I will be honest, it has taken my focus away from e-com. So I'm just putting my focus back into it. And since I have all of my students already, I want to make sure that everyone in there is making money. So those are the only 2 things that I care about at this point. When it comes to the e-com space, I only care about scaling to $1 million a month and helping everyone in the AI commerce program scale up to 1K a day, 5K a day, and even 10K a day. I have students in there scaling way higher than 1K a day. They're getting to 4K, 5K a day. So that is where I want to focus on. And I hope that you guys understand why I'm closing my AI commerce mentorship. And when it comes to YouTube channel, guys, I'll probably still be uploading. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say that I'm going to be uploading a lot more. In fact, I'm probably going to be uploading a lot less. One thing's for certain, I'm probably going to be uploading more lifestyle content because I'm going to be traveling and stuff and just living my life while I just, focus on building my brand to $1 million a month. And I'm probably still going to make e-com videos from time to time. But I will say, guys, if you guys see me not uploading as much, it's literally because I'm very, very focused on working. So if you guys want to follow my journey, see everything I'm going to be doing to get to $1 million a month, I'm going to be documenting all of that in the AI commerce program. I show all of my students all of the things that I'm doing. So if you guys want to be a part of this, remember, guys, I'm only taking 3 more students. This is genuinely closing. This is not false urgency. I have to repeat that because when I first said that I'm closing my AI commerce mentorship, a lot of people told me, bro, you're lying. You guys will see. Don't be that guy who comes and applies on November 15th and then I have to tell you, I'm sorry, I can't. So like I said, if you guys have enjoyed the content and gotten value from it within the past year, and you want to just and you want to continue getting value from me, come join the one-on-one. I'll talk to you. We can build our business relationship together, and I can help you make the money that you want to make. And one last thing is I'm very, very thankful for every single one of you guys who watch. I know I'm not a super, super big channel, but knowing that I'm impacting someone out there and helping them start their business and make money and be a better person, that makes every single hour of work that I've ever put into this YouTube channel completely worth it. So like I said, very, very grateful to be here, and thank you guys for watching. And with that being said, I'll see y'all hopefully in the next one.